Hi guys, so the last video that I'm going to pre-record for now, I might do some more in a couple days, is a university tips. I have just got back from a summer school at a university and I have been kind of figuring out what I want to do with the next portion of my life. And it's a thing that a lot of people my age are kind of having to think about at the minute because university has become a lot bigger of a deal recently because of the fee increase and kind of the economy being so shit, so unless you've been to university you're pretty much guaranteed not to get a job. But so these are some tips that I have kind of discovered through this process that I think are kind of useful. Tip number 1. If you know what kind of thing you want to study, then look for courses that have that. So you can use places like the UCAS website or the Unistats website and just search for courses that have something. So if you're really interested in Greek history, then search for Greek history. And you can find courses all over the country and even internationally in some cases that have those courses. If you don't know what kind of course you want to do, but you have a specific university that you want to go to, then go to their website, look through their courses, have a look at what they've got on offer. If you don't know either of those things, but you know an area you want to go to, you can do it that way. You can just say, I want to go somewhere in London, or I want to go somewhere in Scotland. You can say those things and then they will give you a list of universities that you can have a look at and the courses that they do. If you have absolutely no idea what you want to do, then you can work with that as well. So look at things that you're interested in. So something you're good at maybe, or something that you're really passionate about. So some of the things that university courses are available in aren't subjects that you will have ever been able to study before. So there's a course on Harry Potter. Now it might not be the most useful in getting you a job, but it shows you that there are courses on things that you possibly might not even imagine there to be courses on. Courses on astronomy, astrology, like aliens. There's courses on everything. So just kind of have a look around, see what kind of courses you can find. I'm certain that the UCAS website will have a kind of weird and unusual courses list. Tip 2. Find and create a short list of about 10 universities. These are places that have courses that you like the look of and that you're interested in and want to find out some more information about. This can be a longer list. My original shortlist was like 25 places because I couldn't choose at that point. So once you've got this list of between 10 and 25, tip 3, have a look at the website for that university. Not at the course itself, just at the university. So what kind of things do they offer for less able students? Do they have a disabilities allowance? Do they have Books Plus awards, which is where you're given some money to buy course books? Do they have a local area? What's the student life like? What's their student union like? Things like that, and kind of as you go, cross out universities that you don't really like the look of as a whole. Tip 4. As you're doing this, you also want to have a look at how they do marking and testing for your course. So have a look at, is it exam based, is it essay based, is it coursework based, how much are each unit worth, is there more of an emphasis on the written work or on the practical work, and decide how that works for you. So if you're more of a practical person and it's 90% based on the course on written work, then maybe that course isn't for you. Or if you excel at writing and aren't so great at the practical, maybe a 90% based on written work course is exactly what you're looking for. And it's all very kind of personal and you decide, but just have a look at what that's like. Tip 5. Go to open days. Go to as many open days as you can. Your college will give you the day off. If you go to your kind of sixth form office and say, look, there's this university that I want to go to their open day, can I have a form? Most colleges will give you a form, they will ask for a flyer, they will ask what day the open day is, you fill it out, you get your tutor to sign off on it and you hand it back and they will write into the register that it's outside extra learning kind of thing and that you're furthering your education. So you don't have to worry about missing school or losing a day of attendance or that kind of thing. And they're so useful. There's literally having a look around the campus is one of the most useful things. You get a feel for what it's like, you can decide whether or not you like the place, whether or not you like the area. If you can, try and go kind of the day before or stay an extra day and have a look around the city, like find some things there so that you know a bit about the city. So have a look for a nice restaurant, have a look for a local supermarket, have a look for a good club or bar, and those kind of things that you just so you've got a little knowledge of the area. Tip 6, have a think about where it is in the country. So if you live like I do in the middle of the country and you get kind of homesick, then maybe have a think about staying somewhere that's got good travel connections so that you can get home quite quickly, or even staying at home, so maybe you don't live at home but you live in the same city, so it's very easy to come home and you do know where things are already. If you can't wait to leave and want to be as far away as possible, then kind of have a look at which universities are within a radius that you think is too close and just cross them off the list. I did that, not purposefully, but I kind of looked at where all my choices were on a map, and there's like a 50 to 80 mile radius around Leicester and there's nothing in there. Just because I know the Midlands quite well, so I wanted to find somewhere new to be. Tip 7. If you can, go to a summer school. This is where you get to meet some students and some teachers and have a little bit of an interaction about what classes are like and what kind of thing there is to do and what it's like being a student in that area. Tip 8. Ask any and every question you can think of all the time. When you're talking to student ambassadors, when you're talking to lecturers, when you're talking to other people that are considering going to that university, like ask questions. Why do you like this place? What made this place better than the other places? What's student accommodation like? What's it like living off campus? What's the food like? How fast can I get to the beach from here? How fast can I get to the supermarket from here? What time do classes start? What are the extracurriculars like? What's the student union like? Tip 9. Ask about your student union. Student unions are one of the, in my opinion, most important things about university. Student unions handle almost all of the extracurricular activities, so all of the societies and clubs that are on at university. They're also your link to the National Union of Students, which is the NUS. If you haven't already got an NUS card, I would advise you to get one. You get discounts on things, they're really useful, they're a good form of ID. But they're your kind of local link to the NUS, and they're also there for kind of political action that students want to take. So if you think that the rent for your flats is far too expensive, you can talk to your students' union about it. If you think that the fee increases for your course are ridiculous, talk to your student union about it, and they can organise a protest or a petition or a walkout or a sit-in or all of these things. Some of the things that you should know about your student union to know whether or not it's good is that it should be run by the students. It should not be run by the university, because a student union is a union for and by the students. It will be on site most probably, but teachers generally aren't involved, and they will generally have some people employed by the union rather than by the university to kind of do the admin side of running the union. Often we'll have counselling services for people who are just finding it a bit stressful or a bit homesick or are having mental health issues, and usually they're very supportive. But ask questions, like they're not going to be upset for you asking about their student union. They will probably really appreciate you learning about it before you go there. Tip 10. Try and go with a friend or a parent. So if you're going to an open day, have a look around with someone else. Someone who's been to university might be helpful, because then they can say what they thought it was like compared to where they went. Or someone who's also considering going to that university, because then you'll both have different things that matter to you about what's important. And then you kind of get a more rounded image of what life will be like there. Tip 11. Once you've done all of that, go back to your shortlist and have another look at the course. So now that you know which ones you really like, look at the ones that you weren't too sure about with the course and see whether you can see a discernible difference between them and why it is that you like more about one course than you do about the other, or is it the university that you like more? And shorten it down to 5 places. These 5 are the places that you will apply to through UCAS, although be aware that some places don't count in that. So if you're applying for a music conservatoire, they don't count, they're on a different system. And some other colleges and schools also apply in that rule that they're under a different system. So talk to them about applying for UCAS. Once you have those 5, or up to 5, it might be that you only want to go to one place, you can begin the process of UCAS applications, which is a long and lengthy thing, which I haven't started yet. Once I have done it, I will upload another video about tips for filling out the UCAS application. But for now, those are my tips about figuring out what kind of university you'd like to go to. So if you have any other tips, or you think some of these were really crap, or you thought some of them were really good, tell me about it, tell me about your university choosing experience, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!